Hey, how's everybody doing? Yeah, well, Mississippi Filmworks here. It's just a little preview, and also to kind of point out something new that's going on here. This is H2O, which is the Hardcore Hustle Organization, Subterranean Violence, Volume 7. This aired, it says June 20th, 2020. It aired July 3rd at like 8 p.m. Central on IWTV. This is IWTV here. It's from Williamton, New Jersey. I'm just going to give you a rundown of the show and talk about a little something real quick. Okay, we're going to start off. We had the first match was the Inside the Park Home Run Derby with Sean Henderson versus Mark Angel versus Chuck Payne versus Jimmy Lyons. Yeah. A couple of good spectacles in it, but nothing real big. Then we had Mouse versus Devin Moore. Didn't give a shit. Don't know who Mouse really is. Devin Moore, all I know is he stole money out of people's wallets in the locker room, or heard that. We got our first match tonight that actually comes to stands out. That's going to be the Thumb, Pits, and Lights Tube Kid Osborne versus Bam Sullivan match. I've heard of Kid Osborne before. This was pretty good. I mean, it was a death match, of course, but it was entertaining, and they had some good stiffness and some decent moves in it. All right, up next, we're going to have our Cinder Blocks and Gussets Stockade versus Raven Havoc. Stockade, I remember seeing years ago in like CZW Dojo War shows and shit like that, like Beyond, back before they had crowds, stuff like that. Raven Havoc looks like that little nerdy goth guy that was really into drama club in high school. There's quite a few times I'm going, what the hell? You know, I don't know. I can't believe they're getting up off this shit. Like, there's just so much crazy shit with the Cinder Blocks. That just blows my mind how they do that shit. But, okay, match, nothing spectacular. Then we get what ends up being match of the night for me. The H2O Hybrid Championship match. Lucky 13 defending his belt against Johnny Nova. 13 ends up winning, from I remember. This was badass. This was just a stiff, like, kind of like stiff hardcore match with modern indie style. Really good. I'd love to see both these guys in other groups, see what all they can do. We had a tag team match, which was H2O, the H2O tag team champions, the Lone Rangers. Yeah, I know. Open challenge, and I don't remember the names of the two guys came out. One was a black guy, one was a white guy, and they told how they've been feuding forever. They teamed up and just good little bloody tag match. And then we get our main event, H2O Championship match. Champion Ron Mathis, this big, tall motherfucker, taking on low-life Louis Ramos, who I recognize. Louis ends up winning. But I'm gonna start this up. Hold on, give me a second here. I apologize, IWTV, and all that. It's just gonna be a few little seconds here. There's part of the Stockade match. But the reason I ended up watching this is that I was recently asked King of Wrestling podcast. Go check it out, Facebook, Stitcher, iTunes. I use Podcast Addict personally. It's written by Brandon Turner. He's wanting to cover more and more indie stuff. He knows me. He's a local Mississippi guy. We've met a few times. And he wanted to start covering more like indie stuff. He asked me, he's like, hey, you got IWTV. Would you mind watching shows and reviewing with him? And this past Friday, the first episode of On Fridays Around the Indies, where he interviews indie stars and talks about stuff. He's going to be covering, like, indies have TV, like SWA, which is our local indie that has TV, SWE Fury, stuff like that. Well, he ended up asking me if I wanted to watch the ICW No Holds Barred. I actually asked him if he'd watch ICW No Holds Barred Volume 2 Deathmatch Driving Show. It'd been live on, like, IWTV that Friday. He said, no, we ended up watching this. Hey, dude, let's review it for the show. Well, that turned into, hey, let's just start, reviewing some IWTV shit for the show and for YouTube. So, go search it out. This is being recorded on the Sunday, July 5th. If you go look at the most recent episode of King of Wrestling Podcast, which will be All Around the Indies, episode 1 from Friday, there's a bit on there, good ways in, where me and Brandon Turner were covering that ICW show. But that's why I'm doing H2O and all this. We were talking about possibly going back and doing like some old NWA Wild Side and just, old stuff like that. And you know how we are here at DIY Mississippi Filmworks. Anybody out there that's doing it themselves, ain't got help from some big corporation trying to do everything themselves, we want to support them. And Brandon Turner and the King of Wrestling podcast are doing it. He don't have any help from them. This is a guy who works, him and his wife both work, a 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, every week. Then on weekends, they're going all over the place. They're going to Atlanta. They're going, down into Florida. They're going all over Alabama and Mississippi and Louisiana. I think they've even went out to Texas to go see shows. He helps out as much as he can. He's got his podcast. He promotes stuff. He films matches. He's trying everything he can to help promote, the indie scene. And that's one thing here at DIY Mississippi Filmworks we love and salute. So shout out to you, Mr. Brandon Turner. Shout out to the King of Wrestling podcast, everybody else involved with it. And Hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm going to try to get some more stuff out. As of right now, July 11th, if you're in the Mississippi area, Braxton, Mississippi, at the fire department, they're having an outdoor bring your own chair show. It's the Jacob Shane Park Memorial Show. And I will be going to that show. I will be filming as much footage as I can there and getting it up, but I just hate this channel sitting here getting nothing up, you know. Here's some wrestling. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. If you did, remember, as always, you know, give me that thumbs up. Have a comment, leave a comment, subscribe, all that stuff. You know, share the wrestling. Get the wrestling out there and share with everybody. Laters.